Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the research forest this morning. As Sarah was mentioning earlier, it was established in 1918, so we're in our 94th year of service. It's Canada's oldest research forest. The size of it's 10,000 hectares. About 8,500 hectares of that is land. There's about 1,500 hectares of wetlands and lakes. The 8,500 is split pretty much evenly between 4,000 hectares of research and 4,000 hectares that we actively manage operationally to achieve good research potential in the future. So this is, I don't know if you've gone through this already, it's part of the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Forest region. Did that happen yesterday? Yeah. So, I mean, primary species, white pine, red oak, white birch, aspen. We were going to show you some jack pine today, which is also in the mix. The Great Lakes St. Lawrence is part of a boreal transition zone, so we have a lot of boreal species in here, and we have a lot of research in those boreal species that hopefully will help answer some questions to the boreal forest region, which is obviously the biggest in Canada. The studies here, the PRF has about 2,000 studies, which is, I don't know, a very high density of studies in one place. We have hundreds of permanent sample plots, the first of which you're standing in here. PSP1 is what started the PRF in 1918. And we also have silvicultural studies, about 100 of those. We have about 100 fire ecology studies. We have 400 genetic studies, ranging from assisted migration studies, which is obviously a hot topic lately, to range-wide provenance studies that are starting to play into climate change and how different provenances can respond to climate change. We also have 13 ecological reserves on the property, and we'll see one of those today. We'll also see some red pine plantations that they have PSPs incorporated into them, so their growth and yield plots. So there's 2,000 studies. It's a lot of old stuff here. Sorry. You have to edit that. There's 2,000 studies. What does all that mean? Does it have any sort of significance to it? It does, because in forestry you can't buy time. It's PSP1 is probably the best example of it. It's 94 years old. And we've tracked it, we've measured it on about a 10-year basis. We've treated it a bunch of different ways, and the information that comes out of it can't happen in a short-term study and can't happen in a study that's just been established. So it's really the long-term studies that are the magic of the PRF. So with that, I'll hand it over to Fred to talk a little bit about white pine ecology.
Thanks, Peter. So as you're driving along, you're driving through